get a base and we had a ukulele. Can you use it both of them?
Very observant. Correct. And this particular speaker in general.
Yeah, so I guess we can do like an overview, and I can just follow you to the camera. And you're recording this, so we'll be able to use it later too. You see, and then you can kind of walk through, panels, what you need to run a video.
That's for a link to two of these speakers. Coming together.
Well, I'll have a.
It's throughout the ages of guitar. You have the good sounding ones and the ones that don't sound so good. This one and very easy on the back. Yeah.
What's up, guys? It's Jericho from Easy Music Center, and today we're here with Joey and Thomas. They're here from Chauvet, and we got the privilege to check out this new Chauvet video wall, Chauvet Pro F3 video wall. And Thomas is going to go ahead and kind of walk us through, you know, this great new product that you see out there and kind of what it takes to run a video wall, and all the different components. So let's go check it out.
Alright guys, so this is the Chauvet Professional F3 video wall. What's great about the F3 video wall, it's a 3.9 pixel pitch, so you can have really high-res videos popping through really nicely. So our video wall, it's actually a taller panel. So what you're looking at now, it's actually only 4 panels of video walls. So we have, it's 1 meter by 1/2 meter video wall. All the linking cables that you need all come included in the case, as well as the case itself for this size of package. Really nice and easy, meant for production as well as for permanent installs. We have this wall is all meant for ease. So you have magnets on the top of the wall to help it with the rigging. So it actually, the magnets help with sucking it up, as well as really releasing the weight of the wall as you're locking it in together. So it makes it for a really fast setup. On the back of the wall, you notice the power supply. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it, but the power supply is conventionally cooled, so there's no fans or anything, which actually it's great for like a permanent install when you can actually put the wall right up, put the video wall right up to the actual physical wall. Everything is accessible from the front, as well as the power supply. So if you have it up against the wall, you actually don't have to come back around to access the wall if anything goes wrong. You can actually do everything from the front of the panel, which is pretty unique for our panels. So as you guys can see, if there's anything that happens, basically you can remove the front module, and you can do it from a tool that we have that just grabs on to the magnets and pulls it forward, or you can push it out like I did. And it's hot swappable, so I can do it as the panels are running and everything else. This is the only piece that actually makes connection. And our rigging is actually really simple as well. It's a spring loaded, so you twist it, you lock it in place, and then this sucks it up, and then you're locked and ready to go. So nice and quick and easy to swap out any of the modules if anything is wrong out in the field. So it's really meant for production as well as for permanent installations. It's a really great product. So besides the actual panels that you need and the linking cables that come included in the package, you also need the driver. So this is the VIP Drive 43 Nova by Chauvet Professional. So it's really cool. It has a preview monitor on the front, so you can see what's going on to your previews. You have simple switching between HDMI, DVI, and HD SDI. You can actually map the wall right on the driver itself. So it's going to ask you for how many rows of panels you have. So we just have one row. And it's also going to ask you for how many columns of panels. And right now I have 4. Remember, I only have 4 panels right now. But you can increase it however many ways you want it, or decrease it. And then it's actually going to ask you, so how did you connect the data coming out of, so the Cat5 coming out of the driver into the first panel, and then the daisy chain that you're doing it. So that's going to ask you, okay, how did I do that running? And you can actually go through it and pick the choice that you want. And you'll see it live happening as I change this. And I'll ask you to look at the wall. So as I change the style of cabling, the actual mapping of the wall becomes all correct or wrong depending on what I choose, right? So now that you've chosen that, your wall is pretty much done. There's also another great feature about this driver is the fact that I can auto scale. So right now I'm sending 1920 by 1080 content, right? But I only have X amount of pixels right now, so I'm having to shrink down my image. So the driver is actually letting me scale down to what I wanted. So if I disable the scaling, you'll see the image just got a lot larger, right? If I put in another, let's put in a video that you can actually tell. Right, so the image is actually really large, but as soon as I scale it, automatically goes into size. The other thing that you would need, which is optional, is a way to run your content. And you can do this through various softwares. You can actually plug in directly from your laptop and outputting YouTube videos or whatever you want to play. The higher the resolution of the video, the better the quality of the image that's going to be displayed in the video wall.
So what are the limitations? How it goes up to what resolution? The video wall?
The video wall does not have a limitation.
So it's kind of like future-proof in a way?
Yeah, because it's physical pixels, right? So you're always going to have to, like right now I'm doing 1920 by 1080, but when I look at the actual physical pixels of the wall, there's a limit. So each panel has 128 by 256 pixels. So this
22 is a cutoff point for the
so this wall that we're looking at it right now is 128 times 4. So it's 512 pixels by 256 pixels, right? So we're having to shrink it down. So depending on the size of your wall, increases the number of pixels and the number of resolutions that you're actually getting.
And you said for a video wall like this, generally it's meant to be viewed 8 feet back?
Yes. Yeah, between 8 to 10 feet is a suggested. So right now when we started the video, it's probably around the placement where the best viewing starts. The further back you get, the better the viewing distance, or the better the viewing of the content. Right now I'm using our Chaos Media Master Express, and it's a really cool program. It acts really well, and you're able to do all kinds of different layers and display all kinds of different content. Another popular Resolume's another popular program. Magic HD from Camsys is also another really popular one.
But you don't need any of the software. You can just do straight HDMI.
You can do straight HDMI.
Just use this as your second monitor and stream anything to it. And you said this is being run over Cat5, so you have this HDMI.
Yeah, so out of
cable plugged into
if we look at the back, right? All we have is a Cat5 going to the panels, going to the first panel, and then you're daisy chaining from panel to panel. And then I'm going an HDMI into my laptop. And again, you have three sources, right? You can do HDMI, you can switch it from DVI, or you can do HD SDI. So if you have live cameras and stuff like that, if you like using HD SDI, you can come in directly HD SDI. You have a preview out, so besides the preview monitor that we have in the front, you can actually put in an actual preview monitor as well. You have different control mechanisms that you can do.
And I see this thing has 4 different outputs, so that means like 4 different screens running different media.
So different configurations. The idea behind it, it's one single screen or different screens as well. Not necessarily doing several different medias, because remember, one driver is, think of it as one TV, right? So this driver can actually do picture-in-picture. So when you're, the way I like to say it is you can have it as 2 separate screens, so I can run one DVI content to one screen, one HDMI content to the other, or I can do HDMI to both, but I can only use it with 2. But you can break it up, that panel, any way configuration that you want. The great thing about video walls is the reality is that you can expand your world besides just a regular projection surface, right? A square or a rectangle that we throw image at that we're used to. With video walls, that world get expanded because you can really treat it as a scenic element. So you can have columns throughout the stage. You can have diagonal pieces. You can have just panels scattered around the room. All of those kinds of things. So the idea behind the four ports out, it's limitations on pixel size per cable. So I can only do 1080 by 512 pixels per output. That's my limitation.
So the larger the wall, the more
outputs you're gonna have to go and do it.
Got it. So what's the biggest screen could this one driver support?
Oh, it can support a lot.
Yeah.
It can support a whole lot. I can do the math for you.
It's all right.
But it can do, basically it can do...
More than you're probably gonna need.
Yes, it can do 2 full-size 1920 by 1080, physical size. You can do 2 walls of 19 feet by 6 feet tall.
It's pretty good.
So
Wow.
2 walls of those with
Right.
1 driver.
Wow. Well, thank you, Thomas, for coming by. And
Absolutely.
showing off this awesome product from Chauvet Professional. Just so you guys remember, it's the Chauvet Professional F3 video wall. You can order it through Easy Music Center if you want. And yeah, come on down. We're not going to have this panel here to check out. It's kind of just a demo for the day. But now you know different components you need to run a video wall. And yeah, give us an email, give us a call. We'll definitely be happy to let you know how much it costs. Definitely, it's not cheap, but it's a quality product, will last a long time, and you'll definitely be satisfied with the product. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.